So this area used to be a forest, which explains why there are wolves here to begin with. And due to human intervention, it turned into a desert. A barren, open desert. This change has to be fairly recent for the wolves to still be here. Either that or the wolves are just really upset about the environmental shift and are here out of spite or some other reason. But the wolf leader knows that they can't beat the humans in direct combat. Which, as we know, is proven true. Given that the subsequent events prompt the people of Facade to war with the wolves, and they emerge the victors of that battle, of that conflict. Again, just more sad sauce. Anyway, let's go meet up with the king again. He's getting married, we know all this. There's Fira.
Hold on.
Let's get through all this dialogue. There is one thing I didn't touch upon in the first playthrough of this sequence, and I'll get to it in just a moment, because the dialogue needs to be emphasized. It was emphasized the first time around, but the wolves are just trying to do their thing. So evidently, the wolves were not ready to engage in any sort of conflict with the humans. But a couple of masked people took it upon themselves to kill some wolves with the excuse of protecting or ensuring the safety of the king's wedding. And the results speak for themselves.
Oh.
What's up?
Just having trouble getting to sleep.
Something bothering you?
No, the opposite, in fact. I'm just so excited about the wedding that I can't settle down. I bet it's gonna have streamers and dancing and bears on unicycles and everything. I'm sorta jealous. I wish I was Fira.
You'll find a nice bride someday, Emil.
Huh? Oh, right. Bride.
You must be tired indeed if you misunderstood that simple social nicety.
Yeah, that's not exactly it.
So it's a lot clearer in this version of the game, but the dialogue implies that Emil is gay. Specifically, he's NieR sexual, which Yoko Taro confirmed in an interview or something. So there's their justification for attacking the king's wedding.
Aw, weddings are the best. There's flowers everywhere. Everyone's happy. It's just great. I'm kind of jealous. Aren't you jealous, Kaine?
Nah.
Oh, come on.
The real... I don't want to keep using the word tragedy, but the real, like, unfortunate thing about this whole situation is that it just takes one or two people. Like, it was just two masked people took it upon themselves to kill some wolves and essentially cause major losses on both sides. Psychologically, physically.
That wolf is a shade.
You raised our forests and poison our streams, and now you slaughter our young. We will abide your existence no longer, mankind. You will atone for your sins with blood. So yeah, all this because a couple of masked people decided to kill some wolves just for the heck of it.
I guess will we let court then it will
The wolves were just trying to do their own thing, but the masked people see them as these mindless, savage beasts, and a couple of brazen folk just decide, you know what, let's kill some wolves. It's the king's getting married. It's it's to protect the ceremony, ensure the safety of the ceremony.
Not, it's
Kind.
if this
I think the general theme, or one of the general themes of this game, is that a lack of communication kills. Quite literally. Like, the Shades and the Replicants are completely unable to understand one another. And it's because of that that so many problems arise. Is that all that remain? The humans will be upon us shortly. We can make our escape if we move now. I hear you, my brothers, and I share your desire to die with honor. Your resolve is strong, and your pack thanks you. For the lives of our comrades, for the pride of our pack, death to the invaders.
For
Yep, straight to the wolves den. First we have to slaughter all these wolves.
The wolves appear to be targeting the king.
And speaking of themes of this game and whatnot, a big one, if not the big one, seems to be, you know, it seems to call into question if someone is doing the right thing based on what they believe. Right, because here with the wolves and just in general with NieR, we can never forgive you humans, says the pack leader. There shall never be peace between us. Never, never, never.
He seeks the king of Facade. Above you, stay
NieR killing the Shadow Lord to rescue his Yona, right? But what about NieR and his Yona? Like, who's in the right there? It's not an easy question to answer. This also explains why the despair theme plays in most of these scenes.
You must endure. Go, live, and think of me again. Thank you for being my friend.
And that is why it's called the Loyal Cerberus key fragment. Loyalty to the owner, loyalty to the pack. And it's a wolf. It's a dog. That pack leader's name is Rock. That's ROC. And I assume that because the owner was aging, grandfather, the owner was aging and was near death anyway, he wanted his companion to live on. And that translated to separating the dog's soul from its body?
Is that
And obviously, since Project Gestalt didn't work out,
this is the
Now, hold up.
it ended up becoming a shade and finding a new family in the wolves of the desert, formerly the forest. I need those gold doors. And of course, conflict comes up between the people of Facade and the wolves, and it just ends terribly for both of them. predictable, I know. Still not any less sad. Or unfortunate by any means. Again, I want to refrain from using the word tragic because... I mean, you could just... You could basically call this whole game tragic. It's a tragedy, right? But... You use the word too much and it loses its weight, I believe.
What is it?
So, we can finally save Yona now, huh?
It would appear that way. What is it, lad? You've quite the pensive look on your face.
Listen, I need your advice. It's about Kaine and Emil. This upcoming fight with the Shadow Lord is gonna be rough. And while I'd do anything for Yona, I'm not sure it's fair to drag the two of them into this.
Are you truly worried about such a thing now? After all our merry little band has been through?
Hey, the fuck's this hot garbage you've been spewing?
Someone's been eavesdropping, eh?
Kaine, Emil, look, I just...
Wanted to leave us behind? Why, so we'd be safe? Fuck that.
Kaine's right. You accepted me. You told me we'd be together no matter what happens. Now it's time for us to return the favor.
Don't make me start talking about loyalty and debts and all that. You know I hate mushy shit.
But...
If it makes you feel better, we're not doing it for free. After we rescue Yona, we're totally gonna call in a favor of our own. We're going on a journey to cure Kaine's possession and restore my body. It's gonna be tons of fun. Just think of all the delicious local foods we can try along the way.
I'm gonna eat way more than my fair share. So you better get ready to pony up.
Thanks, you two. We're gonna rescue Yona. I swear it.
It's also worth noting that a lot of these additional cutscenes are obviously new to the remaster. Now, just to give more depth
I marvel at how relatively
to the party
this retrieval process proved to be.
and
It is almost
their
as if
thoughts
someone
on
deliberately
world
set us
events,
on this path.
things that they
Overthinking
encounter,
again, guys.
But
I don't care. if
and
it's a
it
trap.
just expands the
And it's
story
waiting for me and
in
I'm going.
little ways. Anyway, before I proceed on to the endgame once again, there is the matter of one weapon that I had completely forgotten about, because generally you obtain it only after a couple of subsequent playthroughs. I believe that was the case anyway. But you can also obtain it through this side quest that only becomes available when you've collected all 5 of the key fragments. And what it requires you to do is go here to the Forest of Myth. And if I am calling this information correctly, there should be an NPC with a side quest here. Yes.
You look like something's on your mind.
Well, a week ago, I had a sudden brainstorm that the real money is in the fortune-telling business, so I'm trying to set up shop.
Fortune telling.
You know it. And once I get my special gazing stone, people will be flocking in from miles around. But
But what?
the stone was supposed to be delivered, but it hasn't come. No stone means no customers, and no customers means I'm eating dirt tonight. Again.
Can't you just get another stone?
Well, they're pretty rare. I think Popola knows something about them, but she and I aren't really that close, so I don't want to bug her.
We're friends. I'll ask her.
Oh, would you? That'd be great.
Okay. Now, given that this quest opens up right at the end of the game, I would imagine that the game won't lock me to proceeding to the Lost Shrine and ending the game. So, just a quick trip to the village, talk to Popola, probably get both objectives updated. and proceed on with this side quest, which will give me the last weapon that I think is needed for the final ending. Now, I did mention that, well, I did mention a couple times that collecting weapons was a thing in this game, and the major reason why they need to be collected, other than, you know, weapon stories and whatnot, is because I believe it's ending D, the fourth ending, requires you to have collected all of the weapons in order for it to become accessible. I believe that was a thing that originated in Drakengard, as far as collecting weapons and unlocking alternate endings. So it's just kind of tradition. It is not required in Automata, however. I assume that was part of the design decision so that people unfamiliar with the franchise, with the series,
I'll bring.
you know, would be able to experience the entirety of the game.
Hey, Popola, you know anything about some kind of magic fortune-telling stone?
Oh, you mean the Eye of Power? And yes, I know it's a funny name, but that's what they're called. Why do you ask?
Helping someone out. You have any idea where I can get one?
Well, there used to be some on the roof of the Lost Shrine. I'm willing to bet they're still there.
All right, I'll give the Lost Shrine a shot.
It's gonna make me go to the Lost Shrine anyway. Alright, well, if I play this right, I should be able to go to the Lost Shrine, get the magic stone, and come back. So I've got the stone. It took a little bit of platforming at the top of the Lost Shrine to get to, and an encounter with the Big Shade.
Did you find my stone?
This work for you?
That's it. Oh, thank you. Oh, and while you're here, how about a free reading? Come on, it's the least I can do.
Sure.
Sure, might as well.
Let's see what the eye has to reveal.
Yeah, just a little bit of platforming. One of the blocks that I thought had no particular use actually led to the area where I could climb up to the rest of the shrine.
Where are we?
I don't know. Never seen this place before.
Never seen this place before, huh?
Shit! In our dreams? What cheek.
Dreams?
I refuse to believe that we were simply whisked off to some alien land.
Yeah, I suppose.
Obtained the one-handed sword, Iron Pipe. And this is the Iron Pipe that Gestalt NieR used at the beginning of the game. I mean, if it wasn't obvious enough, we're revisiting the prologue of the game. Actually, you can see it in a little better detail now. There's a crashed bus here, serving as part of the fencing. Got some abandoned cars. This is a supermarket that NieR and Yona were taking shelter in, obviously. It's not got a whole lot going for it. Just swipe out some more of these shades. There's some collapsed buildings out there. I assume that's a roadway up there. And this is just a dilapidated parking lot as well. The road that connected here has collapsed. Oh wow, I didn't know you could actually get out here. I mean, you can't go much further than that. But I never bothered to try and explore, because I always assumed that the area was just fenced in. Completely, that is. But there is a little bit of area that you can explore out here, just to see the environment in detail. Yeah, that can be snow or that can be salt. Take your pick. It looks like salt to me. And just like the prologue, there's the big shade to deal with. But of course, a bunch of levels later and a busted weapon, it's not really a big deal.
What was that?
I cannot say, but I doubt it was a mere daydream if all of us experienced it as one.
I think I've seen that before.
Wow. I don't know what happened, but you guys look pretty shaken up.
Yeah.
There's a deep inner meaning behind this fortune, but I'm not really sure what it is. I guess I need more practice. Anyway, thanks again for the help. Stop by anytime.
I think I'll pass for now.
What was that all about?
I don't know. It gave me some serious deja vu.
Did it now?
Yeah, like I'd been there before or something. But at the same time, it felt like something was pushing down on my chest.
Well, it was just a dream. Best to put it out of your mind.
Just a dream. So I had never done that side quest before. That is a neat little revisit to the prologue area. I mean, even if it's just to beat up some shades and stuff and get the iron pipe early, but neat. Neat is the word. Okay, so now all that's left on the agenda is to complete Route B, go for Route C and D, obviously Route E, and my personal goal of finishing the upgrades for all the weapons. So I think I'm going to spend some time grinding out materials for weapons, and then finish up the rest of the story beats. There's quite a bit of ways to go with the weapons, but I did work on it in between recording sessions of the initial playthrough and here. So I'm gonna make a safety save and call it an end to this recording session. And then what I'll do is spend time grinding out the weapon upgrade materials, and then the next time that I begin recording, or the next installment of this LP, if you will hopefully have been after that is accomplished. And then it's just straight story and all that, as well as some final details that I did not speak about during this recording session regarding some of the characters, some of the story, etc., etc. But it's grind time, and let's see if I can get it done.